This conference will now be recorded.
Okay. So we will be starting our next topic, that is material staging, goods issue. Okay. So the topics that we are going to cover in goods issue, they are: we will see what is material staging, overview of metal staging, goods issue. Then default issue storage location in the production order. We will cover this, how the storage location is determined, issue storage location is determined in the production order. Then various methods of metal staging, various methods of goods issue. We will see this. Then we will understand what is backflush, automatic goods issue, and what are the settings we need to do for backflush. We will see that. Then effects of a goods issue. When we do the goods issue, what will happen? So these are the topics we will be covering in the goods issue. Okay. So basically, the material staging is also called as goods issue. So whether you call it as goods issue or material staging, both same, both same. Okay. So what is this goods issue? Material components must be staged for production in specific quantities and by specific dates. Okay, so normally to start the production, you need the raw materials. Okay, so those raw materials or those input materials, components normally are taken from the warehouse. Okay, to do so, you as employee go to the proposed warehouse with the material withdrawal slip and withdraw the material. So normally what happens is the production team will go to the warehouse and they will ask the warehouse team to issue all these raw materials. Okay, so because all the raw materials and everything will be stored in the warehouse actually. In the normally in the industries, you will have a warehouse department. I'm not sure how many of you having the industrial experience. Okay, so normally in the industries there will be a warehouse department. Okay, so in this warehouse department, you will have all the raw materials stored. Okay, you see here, the raw materials will be stored. If you see this one, this is a good example. You see, so now the production team will go to the warehouse department and they will ask them to issue these raw materials as per the quantity required in the production order. Okay, so that activity is called goods issue. Goods issues can be planned or unplanned. This I will show it in the system. Okay, there are several ways to organize material staging and goods issue postings for production order. We have a lot of options, lot of methods, several methods. We will see that in the system. Okay, material withdrawals can be posted automatically at the time of a confirmation. Okay, so there is a manual activity and there is also a automatic posting. This automatic posting is called backflushing. This also we will see it in the system. Okay, goods issue posting is controlled using a movement type 261 to which each posting refers. So normally whatever the goods movement you do, it will be done with the movement type, inventory management movement type called 261. Okay, so now this is the one. So in the material staging, there will be three steps. First is determining the issue storage location. Okay, in the production order, then they will organize the metal staging. They will issue the metals physically, and after that, they will go to the system and they will do the post to goods issue. They will issue the stocks. Okay, they will post the stock in the system, SAP system. After physically issuing the materials, raw materials, input materials, they will do the goods issue posting in the system, SAP system. Okay, so first we will start with the determination of storage location in the production order. Okay, how the storage location is determined in the production order for the component. So when we create a production order, normally in the production order you will have the components. In the components, there will be a issue storage location. Issue storage location. From which storage location this raw material, this component quantity needs to be issued. So if you make proper master data settings, this storage location is proposed automatically in the production order when you create a production order. Okay, so I will show you this in the system first. Okay, so let's take our material. This is the plant. Okay, so let me create a fresh production order. I will create a manual production order CO01. Okay, this is the product, this is the plant, and the order type. Enter. Okay, I'll enter the quantity and I will select the scheduling type as current data. Enter. So the moment I enter, if you go to components, if you observe carefully, okay, there is a storage location proposed here. You see, by default, this is the component description, quantity required, and if you see here, there is a column here, storage location, and system is proposing the storage location automatically. That means there are some settings maintained in the system. From there, it is proposing automatically. So it normally, when you create the production order, this happens automatically, provided you have the required setting. Okay, so how this happens, we will discuss. Okay, so there are various methods. First, the storage location is determined through production supply area. In the work center, okay, there will be a production supply area assigned. So in this production supply area, they will maintain a storage location, WMT. They will maintain the storage location. So how this work center is decided is, this is the one. When you create a production order, you have the components. BOM components are copied to the order, and normally these components are assigned to a operation. We discussed this during our BOM class. Components are assigned to the operations, and to this operation there will be a work center. And this work center will be assigned with a PSA. Okay, so if you see here, you have these components. So normally these components will be assigned to the operations. If you go to the operation, these are the operations, and this operation will have a work center. So in this work center, they will maintain a PSA. So I'll just go to the work center, double click, and here you see in this system it is not there. A production supply area. It is not showing here, but here there is a production supply area field will be there. So that production supply area, you will have the storage location assigned. So that is a WM basically. That's the WM. Okay. Suppose let me show. We are not having the production supply area field now. Yeah, or do we hide that field, the production supply area? Okay, just give me 1 minute. Just give me 1 minute. That field is not showing it. Showing right input only. What we are using machine only right here. Category machine only. See, this field should be available over there. Influencing. Okay, I'll set up this later. That's okay. But the field production supply area will show over here. That to that production supply area, they will assign the storage location. So from there, it will get determined. That is one method. First is through PSA. Okay. Now the next one is in the BOM item details. In the BOM item details, there will be a production storage location assigned. Okay. So next, system will search in the sequence. So I'll show you the BOM item details. So let's go to the BOM. Okay. I'll take this material. Go to the BOM CS03. If I select the BOM, go to item details. If I go to item details. Here there will be a storage location. Okay, if you go to status long text, here you see there is a storage location. So here if you maintain the storage location, this storage location will get copied to the production. Okay, so that is a second place where system will check. Okay, if it is not maintained here, then system will search for the storage location maintained in the material master, okay, of the component. So let me show you. I'll take a component. Suppose let's say if I take this component 6853, I will go to its material master. MM02. I'll go to 2. Okay, enter the component, enter. Okay, go to work scheduling. Go to MRP2 view. Go to MRP2 view. Continue. Plant is 1710. Here you see there is a production storage location maintained. So in our system it is maintained in the metal master. That is why it is getting proposed in the order. If you go to the order, that is the reason I came out of the order now. Okay, that is the reason. Suppose let's say if I go to the existing order, any existing order, if I go to components, see it is proposed here automatically. So as the storage location is maintained in the metal master of this component, it is getting proposed here automatically. This is the place it is maintained. You see. So system will search here. Next place. If it is not maintained in the metal master, so this is the sequence. This is the sequence in which system will search for the issue storage location. First, production supply area assigned to the work center. Next, in the BOM item details. Next, in the material master. Okay, the one which I just showed you. Okay, if it is not maintained there, then system will search for the production version. To that header material. I'll show you this. So if you see there is a production version. Let's go to the metal master. I'll go to production version. Work scheduling. Plant is 1710. Here you see production version. If you go to this production version, in the production version, select the production version, go to details. Here you see there is an issue storage location. If you maintain that storage location here, then that will get copied to the production order, which is having this production version. Okay, so you can maintain here also. Okay, so that is the next place. Next one, you can configure a storage location in the batch determination. When we go to batch management, I will show you this. Okay, now if it is not maintained here, then there is no default storage location. So if it is not maintained in any one of these places, then the storage location will be blank in the production order. Suppose if I show you, we have 3 materials, right? Okay, let me go to MRP2 view. So, okay, this is the header material. Let me go to component. I'll go to the component. Okay. So here it is maintained, right? I'll remove it here. For this component, I'm removing it. 6853. I removed it. Suppose now if I create a new order, you see CO01. If I go to components, see for 561 it is coming, 683 it is coming, but for 6853 it is not coming. The reason is I just removed from the metal master. So if it is not maintained anywhere of these places, then the storage location will be blank. Will be blank here. Then you can maintain, you can assign manually also if you want here. You can enter manually also. You can assign manually also. Okay, so that is how the storage location is proposed in the production order for the component. So system will search for the storage location at these places in the sequence. First here, 1, 2, second place, third place, fourth, fifth. If it finds any of these places, that storage location will get copied to the order. In our case, we maintained here material master. So as we maintained here, it got copied to the, it is proposed in the production order. Okay, so this is a sequence. Anyhow, I'll put it in the production order. BOM components or material master. Okay, just keep where I will put it here. Okay. Done. Save it. Okay. So that's how the storage location is proposed in the production. Okay. So now we will move on. Next, we will discuss about goods issue posting. So now, once the materials are physically issued to the production department, the warehouse team will do the goods issue posting. Okay, goods issue posting. So in our flow, whatever we discussed in our flow. Okay, first step is production order creation. Next step is material availability check. Okay. Next step is production order release. We covered all these things in the previous sessions. Production order release. After that, what is the next step? The one which we are discussing today is goods issue. Nothing but material staging. Okay. So now we will see various methods of doing the goods issue posting. So we have various methods. One is you can do manual posting. Okay, and you can do automatic backflashing during the production order confirmation. Okay, we have various methods: manual activity and automatic goods issue. Both can be done. Okay, so this is a goods issue activity. So now let's see. First, we'll start with manual. Okay, manual. Normally the most widely used T code is MIGO. Okay, so let's do that MIGO. Okay. Okay, let me take this production order. It's already released, right? It's already released. Let me take this production order. Okay, so if I go to the production order is already released, material committed, all the metals are available. If you go to components, if you observe carefully, if you scroll to right, you see here committed quantity is there, but quantity withdrawn is not showing because the goods issue is not yet happened. Once the goods issue happens, this quantity withdrawn will get updated. Okay. So now one more thing is, we discussed this. If you go to assignment, there is a reservation gets generated. We discussed this. When the production order is created for the BOM components, there will be a reservation gets generated. Okay. So now let's do the goods issue. MIGO. Okay. So normally in the real time, this transaction execution will be done by warehouse team. We will not be doing in the real time. This will be done by warehouse department. They will issue the stocks physically. Okay, they issue these raw materials as per the requirement. Okay, suppose let's say you have a box here. Here for this raw material they need 100, let's say 50 kg. So they open the box, they take out that 50 kg, they will issue to the production, and then they will come to the system and then they will do the posting. They will do this posting. So what they do, they select goods issue, order means production order. Now they will enter the production order. So what is our production order? This is a production order. Okay, enter the production order. The moment, if you see here, the movement type system is proposing 261 automatic. Now enter. See, now all the components